Initiate recording. Yes, okay, now we are recording. So in the RecyclerView, have a view holder that holds the IDs of the items that the view has, so we can customize. And the adapter create view holders, just the one needed to show to the user, and has this bind view holder that adapts it to the items that's going to be shown to the user. And we have the maximum number of items. Now we are going to implement to see this working. So now we are going to the activity main, and let's put, too big, too little, okay. Let's implement it here. First, let's show system-wide, I prefer that way, and change it to use the same device as I'm using, okay. I will take this off. So my interface would be simpler. So here common, we have here RecyclerView, or we have here as a container, okay. This is a container, why? Because this contains other items, other views, okay. So RecyclerView, okay, so it's here. Let's put a constraint to the left, to the right, to the top, okay. Let's put some margin. Normally it's not very good to be like just too close to the edges. Also here on the bottom, let's put, I'll put just a number here so I can work later, okay, just to be a little bit up. And I'll put one button to afterwards so I can add some items, okay. So I just put on the bottom, put also to the left and to the right. And now I'm going to get this one to be like this. Also with a space of 16 to the bottom. And now layout width and height, I put 0 dp to match the constraints. So I have the maximum size according to the constraints. Okay. The button, let's change it to, text to be add new item. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. The RecyclerView, we need ID. I call it RecyclerView. Or be contacts RecyclerView. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so now we need to start work with that. So let's go on our activity. First, we're going to create the RecyclerView, and then after set content view, RecyclerView receives find view by ID, r.id dot contacts RecyclerView. Let's keep the same name, right? So good practice. Okay. Then what we need also one adapter, right? The one that we created here. So contact adapter equals new contact adapter, and we say contact RecyclerView to use this adapter. Okay. Okay, so let's check it out. So installing, launching, and we don't see any item. Why is that? We also need a couple of things also. we need a manager. Why is that? We also need some objects, some manager to manage how the items were going to be displayed, one on bottom of the other, or maybe it will be, like I said, we could have a grid also, and you could implement other types, okay? But at least this manager we already have built in for us from Android, so we don't need to care how they're going to be, okay? Normally we use the both more common are the contact RecyclerView, set, layout manager. New, you have grid and linear layout manager normally. Grid, if you want to implement like Netflix, or list, like a list. We are going to use the linear layout manager, and it needs the contacts, okay? Just that. Okay, so let's check now. Okay, now a little bit better. Okay, so now we see the contacts. Okay, we could have also something to have a line to divide the items. You could do that also. We have the item decorations. We could contacts RecyclerView dot item contact RecyclerView dot set item. Add item decoration. Okay, we can have a lot of decorations if you want. Okay, you can have, for example, normally it's much more common to have like that you keep like changing like colors between them or something like that. Okay, so new, divide the item decoration. Main activity dot this, so contacts, and then what orientation do you want? Horizontal, vertical. Okay, in other case we want vertical. Okay, let's see now. No, a little bit better. I don't know if it's, I don't know why it's not showing here, but I think it's kind of like a mistake from the resolution that's changing. Okay, I think so, because if you got bigger, we see, okay, probably it's the resolution. Okay, now, okay, so far so good. So we have our RecyclerView, but two things that I still want to show it to you today. One, I want to add new item to appear new item here, right? But how can we do that from here?
But we can change the width of each item, no? Right now it's wrap content.
Yes, we could, like, for example, here on item recycle, we could have, for example, here linear layout to have like, instead of wrap content, let's see 100 dp, for example. It will be much bigger,
Okay.
and it will change for everyone. If you want, you can do that.
Right.
Okay.
And then you have added the address also, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, we are writing on the context, but not showing it here.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it would be better if you saw the address here, right, than the phone, right?
yeah, you have to create another text.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could create another text to put here, but instead of the phone, we could change it to be address text view, and then on contact we change here also to address, get address, And then here, you see that it automatically changed here, but didn't change this variable here. It will be easier if I do it here, refactor, and rename it. It will rename every place, but I forgot about that before, okay? Okay, so now let's see if with address. Here, so we have here, a little bit better. We could put also this on the middle, I think it would be better. Also, we could, for example, let's see, I put the name a little bit on the lower. Let's see, this one we also change the gravity to center, here, center. No, I didn't change. Is gravity or layout gravity? Oh, it's layout gravity. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. And we could change, for example, call or something like that. We could also, okay? But that's not what I want to do. I want to implement the
And new item.
add new item. Yes.
We'll create new activity. Right? New activity where we have to input the address and name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could here, for example, create the button, right? Public void add new item pressed view. Oops, not view holder. No. View. Okay. And we could, for example, here we have the context here, right? I could change this to instead of have this array is kind of like what? Array that you cannot put new items, right? Is a fixed size. I could change to have an array adapter that can change the size, change the length, okay? But one thing, normally, here I'm putting to add new item on the same screen, but normally what you do? You have another screen that you're going to change the item, you're going to edit and stuff like that, okay? So I could, for example, if I have this one is my list, and I have one for editing. I could, for example, send all the data as extra here, then getting back as extra here and change the item. But that's a lot of trouble. We have seen that on the beginning of this class, okay? So I'm going to show you this singleton, okay? This data pattern that I think will help us out, okay? How going to work that? We are going to create here a new class. I call it singleton, okay? The idea of the singleton is what? It's a special class that you only have one of these in the entire program. It creates only and only once. And with that, what happens? Everything that you put there, it doesn't exist for everyone. So you can share data there. Okay, so you can put here one array here, and everyone has access to it. So how does this happen? We create a private static singleton instance. And created it. What this mean? Since it's private, no one has access to it, and it belongs to the class. Okay. And also, the constructor is private. What does mean the constructor is private? Only can be called inside the class. That means that it can only be called here when I'm doing new singleton. So it's created once here, and every time that I want to use it, it gets the same instance. So it will not be recreated. So everything that we put here will be shared. But how do have access since everything's private? We create a public function. Public static singleton get instance that will return this instance, this object that we create here, and we are going to use this class every time we get instance, so we get the same object from everywhere else. So now we can put here, for example, array adapter of strings contacts equals new but it's not working like it should be. It's not array adapter, have array list. Sorry about that. Array list, yes. I'm going to use array list, not array. Array adapter is from adapter, not array list that I want. Okay, that you can have lists that can change size. Okay, now we're going to do. Here on the private, I can put everything that initial data. Okay, so I'm going to pick up here the context adapter, get rid of this. It's going to give an error for now, but then we can fix it and put it here. Then I'm going to change to have contacts dot add a new, actually it's on array list of contacts, not strings. Going to add I don't know the better way to do this, but actually okay, just 2 more to go.
Sir, you missed one bracket.
Oh yeah, still missing for everyone,
Yeah.
right? Yes, okay. So, oops. Okay. And here we go. Okay, so here it adds all my contacts. Okay, so now I'm going to use my singleton instead of my array there. So here you have here contacts. Here I can do singleton get instance dot contacts size. So I'm using this one here, and I can use here, 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 anywhere that I want. Okay, so that's easier for us to choose it. Also here I can use contact C equals singleton get instance contacts get position. Now let's do C get name and C get address. Okay, and if you test it again, okay, just repeating a lot of markers.
Is that you repeated mark?
Here? Oh, I have a lot of marks. Yes, let's take rid of. Now, okay, great. Okay, now we still want to add new item. So we'll here on the main activity, we are going to put here on the button add new item, we are going to put the click on it. Okay, so it goes to this function here. And we can pick up from the singleton, get instance, contacts, and add the new item. Now, new contact, minion address, pizza. I think it's from pizza. I don't know. Minions are pizza or no? It's from. I don't recall. Okay, but the phone is 0001. Okay, so we add a new singleton. Let's try to see if that works. Adding new item. It crashed. Yeah, so that's not working very well. Why is that? When we change something on the singleton, on here on the array, since you are using here on the adapter, we need to let it know. Say, oh, we changed something. You need to refresh, you need to do something. Okay, so we need to allow it also to, oh, something has changed here. So we need to notify it. So we are going to notify the adapter. So let's do that. So after we add it, we say adapter notify. We can notify dataset changed. You notify what? Everything has changed. Okay. So if you see here, notify data changed. Let's test it here. So here we have like Mickey Mouse, the last one, add new item, and minion. Okay. But we can notify what? Adapter notify item. An item has been inserted. In what position? Less -1. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see now how it goes. So now if I add that, okay, minion, add new item. Okay, so let me change here just for you to see how it goes. Let's change the size again here. Instead of 100 dp, will be wrap content. Okay, and test it again. So now if you see add new item, you see you have a little fading to show the item is being added, okay? So, and also creates for you a scroller automatically, okay? So now we have a lot of menus. Okay. Now what we want to do? We want to be able to, for example, click an item. It's something common that we normally use, right? A normal interaction that we have with lists, okay? But we don't have like set on click listener. We have, but if you see the set on click listener, let's put here just for us to see. New view on click list is what? A click on the entire view. It's not a click. What do we want to do? We want to click on a specific item. So we can't implement it here. We need to implement it where? We need to implement it here on the adapter. So for each view holder, we'll need to have one item.
On click.
Yes, click. Yes, we need to implement that. Okay? That's one thing that's also bad about RecyclerView. We need to implement everything for it. But one good thing about it is that you keep understand how the views of Androids are created. What does it need for that, okay? So we need to implement first one class to a click listener. So on context adapter, let's implement it here. One interface, okay? Public interface. Why is? Oh, sorry about that. Interface. Click listener. So void on item click that receives the int position and the view that was clicked, and also on item long click. So you have both, okay? Okay. One thing about it, just for you to know, interface. I don't know if you know, but Java has interface. Not all languages have interfaces. Okay, interface is a special type that the language has that allow you to say what will be the model that you're going to use. For example, the interface click listener is two functions that someone will implement it. The interface never implemented it. Okay, it's kind of poor abstract class of the object of the language used as that, not as interface. Okay. Now we need also to have here one object of it, private static click listener, and a function that be public void set click listener that you receive a click listener this dot. Why is not equals click listener? Okay, so that was just for implementing to set the click listener. Now we need to implement it here for the item itself. So the item is a view. They have set on click listener, new view on click listener. And then where it was clicked, we are going to say which item was clicked. So we're going to pick up click listener and call on item click with the position of the item and passing this view. Also, we need to do the same thing for set on long click listener. If I don't need the long click, then you can implement the adapter just with the click, okay? Or maybe I just want the long click. You can implement also that, okay? Probably next week, I'm going to show that we have some libraries, like for example from GitHub, that we can use to help us out, that can implement this for us, doing nice, like with animation, become red when we delete and that kind of stuff, okay? So this we are going to implement on long click. No, click listener, sorry about that. Click listener. On item long click, also get adapter position and view. Okay? And that's it for the adapter. Now we need to implement on the click listener itself, on the activity. Okay? So it's on the adapter, so we need to adapter set click listener new context adapter set click listener. So we have on item click and on item long click. So on item click, let's change the content of it. So singleton get instance contacts get of the position, and let's see dot set name will be c dot get name plus click it, okay, if a space, okay.
Sir, why do we need to give set click listener to adapter? We will be only clicking to the item list, right?
Yes, so every time you click one item,
Yeah.
you can do something. In this case, I'm just changing to have clicked afterwards.
Okay.
So nothing happens. Why is that? Because I'm changing here on the singleton, but I didn't notify the adapter. So every time that we change something, we need to let the adapter know. So notify, we can notify that each item has changed. So item change at position. So let's try again. So James Bond click. You see that has a little small animation.
Yeah.
We could also customize that animation if you want, okay? But we have that. And we can have also a huge one, okay? And on long click, I want to remove an item, okay? Remove the item that I pressed with long click, okay? Just for you to have an example. So I'm going to get the singleton, get instance, context, and I'm going to remove at index position. Then I need to allow, let the adapter know as well. So adapter, notify, yes, notify item has been removed from the position. So now, for example, Mickey Mouse, now Cindy, gone. Wolverine, gone. Okay? And even have this small animation of transition.
So can we add a minion to any required position? Like it is getting
Why
appended.
is crashed? We could insert in a specific position, can also.
So we have to define that position in array list.
Yes, you have defining both of them. For example, here I'm adding always as in the end.
In the end, yeah.
Yeah, but we could, for example, always put on the beginning. I don't know why it's closed. Oops, here. Let's see. Oh, it's because of my implementation here. Remember, like I said yesterday, I think, that if you return false here on long click, it will also listen to the first click. So I did the long click, remove the item, and then I say to edit the item that I just deleted. So it crashes. So here I return true. Okay.
Sir, can you repeat?
Yes. Why we have an error?
Crash.
By crash it. Okay. I had the long click. The long click is also what? Is also a click.
Normal click.
Long click, you keep for finger, but also it's the same thing as a click. So what I was done, when you do the long click, you remove the item. But I was also treating the click. When you return here false on long click, you say keep propagating the click. So the long click will also be a click. So I was trying to edit an item that doesn't exist anymore, so I crashed it.
Okay.
Okay?
So that will be always true, sir. Return
What?
return on long press click will be always true. We should never set it false.
No. Maybe there's application that you want to treat the long click and then treat the click. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Depends.
maybe there is something that you could do. I don't know why, but maybe there's some application that you need that. So that's why they allow it for you to choose. I never use it in false mode, but you can. Okay, you guys understand? Everything okay? Okay. So, for the exercise, okay? This exercise, normally you don't need to do for Monday. I prefer that you would do, but I know it will be hard because I know there's a lot of stuff that happened today. So normally I give until Friday or something kind of like that of next week, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit more with RecyclerView. Monday we're going to review all of this that we've seen today, but using also SQLite. That's a database using SQL language. Have you seen SQL before?
Yes.
Everyone has seen? No?
DBMS,
Okay.
right?
Yes, what?
DBMS.
Yeah.
DBS, yes,
Yeah.
yes. But SQLite is a simpler version that doesn't have a DBMS. You have just a file,
Okay.
but use the SQL language. Okay. I'm not going to go into the details of the language, but we are going to implement a simple CRUD using Android. That we don't even need to deal with the language itself. Okay. So the idea of the exercise is for you to do a list of groceries. Okay, so we're going to have a name like banana and the price. I don't know what the price. I don't know, 50 cents. I don't know what the price. I know that the banana is very expensive here. In Brazil, it's almost nothing, but here it's kind of like expensive. So banana, apple, like 20, something like that. Okay, and you can also add new. Okay, normally the idea is for you to start empty. Maybe you can start put 1 liter or 2 to see if something happens. Okay, when you add, you go to a second screen that you have here. You could put the name. Probably let's not put prices. Let's put quantities, right? I think it's more like this. Okay, and quantities. Oops. I need to pick up a new marker because that's the only way I have it. So, and when, if for example I put here banana, apple, pineapple, I put 5. When I go back, press back, it appears here pineapple. 10. Okay? And that's it.
Sir, can you explain it again from the beginning?
What part?
Yeah.
The exercise?
The second, yeah, the exercise. Yeah.
Okay, a RecyclerView that has multiple items. Okay, of a grocery list. So we have the item and the quantity of the items. Okay, when you press add, you go to a second screen where you put the name of the that you want and the number of items that you
Do it type it or there will be option. We just select it. Which one do you?
User input.
You could use input. I think it will be easier. Okay.
Okay.
Probably next slide I'll try to use the spinner so I show you a new component.
Okay.
So we select something, but you can do it with the text. Will be easy. Okay. And when you go back, it appears here what you have typed here. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Going to stop the recording.